Alright, hello guys. So in this video, I want to talk to the homeowners out there looking to build. And I want to talk to you guys about this concept of value engineering. Okay, so what is value engineering in my eyes? So for homeowners, when you're building a house, you're allocating resources to, get this project underway and complete this project. So your inputs are time, effort, money, and risk. Those, in my opinion, are the four primary resources that you're putting into the project. What the value engineering process should do is to help you allocate those resources as effectively as possible, get you as far as possible. The big thing missing from that then is, well, how do you define what's valuable? Which leads me to the second point, which is defining your value structure. What your value structure should be is, it should be like the Northern Star. It should be every single decision that you make, from the thousands of decisions that you make in the construction process or the design planning process. Every single decision should be aimed at that North Star, and it should be getting you as close to that North Star as possible, pushing you, propelling you forward as far as possible. If it was a purely commercial context, let's say for a property developer, the value structure can be a lot simpler because at the end of the day, the developer only cares about the bottom line. But for homeowners, it's not that simple because homeowners have to live in that property at the end of the day. So they have to consider other factors like how this property is going to affect their lifestyle or their lives. Is it going to give them the lifestyle that they want? And just adding in those extra qualitative components to the construction of the value structure just makes the process that much more complicated. But at the end of the day, for homeowners, the value structure should be tailored around what lifestyle you want and how this house will help you achieve that lifestyle. How will it contribute and how can it contribute as much as possible? That leads to the third point, which is, well, what is the value engineering process? In short, every single decision that you're making should be pushing you toward your goal and in line with that value structure as much as possible. For example, let's talk about solar panels. Solar panels don't really make sense from a financial standpoint over the long run. If you do get any money back from them, you're much better off generally just putting the money into like an index fund or something like that. But like I said, for homeowners, it's not all about the dollar. Or for a lot of people, it makes a lot of sense having solar panels just for the fact that you get a smaller electricity bill every quarter and that makes you feel good. And I think we really need to value that feel good factor, or, maybe you want a less stressful lifestyle and getting that smaller electricity bill, even though it's kind of bullshit, that it makes you feel better. And there's value to that, right? So that might align perfectly with your value structure. The fourth point I want to make is about contextual awareness. There's so many decisions that we're making throughout the construction process, thousands throughout the design and construction process. It's important that when you're making every single decision, no matter how small, you're considering how this decision is affecting the whole build in the context of all the other decisions that you have to make. Remember what I said before, like every decision that you're making should be aligned with your value structure and getting you as close to your goal as possible. So it should be pushing you as far along as possible. You might find that solar panels align with your value structure, and you like that feeling of getting a lesser electricity bill. But you need to consider, so can I allocate these resources or, that money or the amount of time researching solar panels? Can I put those resources into something else that will get me even further, make me even happier? You might think that hydronic heating is going to bring you even more happiness, more comfort than having solar panels. Maybe that feeling of having a really nicely heated home outweighs the feeling of getting a lesser electricity bill every quarter. So when you're thinking about putting in solar panels, that's just an example. When you're thinking about every single decision that you're making, think about where else could I potentially allocate those resources to get an even better result. And another point I want to stress here is resources aren't just money. In my opinion, it's time, effort, money, and risk. Maybe you're really into solar panels and you just can't stop researching about solar panels. You're looking up all the blogs, looking up all the videos and doing all that. But maybe you could spend some of that time researching some other things. Maybe you could spend that time planning out some other ideas, and maybe that will yield you more value. Maybe that will align better with your value structure. So this is where I want to make a point about architects. A lot of clients sort of don't see the value in paying an architect, say 12% to design their house. But I think one really important thing that a great architect does is they help you define your value structure, and they help you craft this design that is shaped around that value structure and to maximize it as much as possible to get you the best result. So we might think what we know is best for us, and it might be, you might know that you need a 900mm cooktop. You might know that you need 4 bedrooms. You might know that solar panels will save you money. But how does that all come together? A great architect is able to architect all these things together to get you the most value. And that's the end of my sales pitch for architects. But I think it's really important to think about value engineering in this way, in my opinion, for homeowners. Because it's really easy to just get into these isolated pockets of information and not think about everything else and how it's helping you achieve your goal. So some of you are thinking, all right, Charlie, this is like some really ideological bullshit. Like there's no practical advice here. And you're right. It is really just some ideas, some of the guiding principles that I use when I'm managing a project. These are the things just that I'm thinking about in my thought process. And I think it's worked for me quite well. It's worked for me and my clients quite well. And it helps us make decisions better. And you might think, oh, it's all ideological. There's no clear process. But neither is the way that everyone else is doing it. At least I'm trying to head in some direction to provide some clarity. Obviously, there are more practical and tactical measures that can be taken to implement this sort of thinking. And I might go through them in some later videos if you are interested. But for now, I'm going to wrap it up. Please, guys, I want you to engage with me, okay? I love making these videos and I love connecting with you guys. But it's important that you guys, leave a comment, send me an email, send me a DM. Just say hi or just tell me if there's any way that I can help. If there's any questions I can answer for you. I think we need to connect more. You guys just aren't commenting enough. And to those people who do DM me, and there's a lot of you out there, thank you. To those people who do comment, thank you so much. Peace.